Alright, so we're out for our Sunday evening walk, taking the dogs to the 7-Eleven down the hill. So I figured I'd take a little tour of the neighborhood with you guys. Interesting houses we have here in this crazy hill we live on. There's the view of the reservoir. Let's go. Yeah, the big hill I walk up is only about half of the hill I live on to get up and down. Pretty nasty. When they say the view is breathtaking, they're serious. It takes your breath to get up to it. A little bit of front yard landscaping there of an old mine. Thought that was kind of interesting. Very unique for sure. And as you can see in front of us, we have some really interesting townhomes, and a lot of the stuff up here is kind of unique with the way they had to build it on the terrain and where some of the driveways are. You can see the how we kind of went up the hill here. Yeah, but the yellow one and the peach one next to it, those are all almost identical plans. Pretty large, actually. So we're going to head on down the hill here. And I saw some really interesting news last night about the euro collapse being imminent now, and all the treasuries of all the respective euro nations are looking at contingency planning all the way up to and including civil unrest. And you can't help but think that it's going to eventually find its way here. We don't have anything to do with the euro per se, but it's a global economy. And there's just no way around not feeling the impact of what's been going on in Europe. It's already been happening, so. How can you not? So as we walk down our hill here, we'll discuss that a little bit. Try to figure out why things are the way they are and what we can do about it, which is, probably nothing. But how does this affect you? If you're working and you've been able to survive everything up to this point, probably not very much at all for now. If you're not working and you're probably drawing unemployment or something like that, you might be in trouble before you know it. Because every time one of these EU nations wants to go to the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, excuse me, there has to be a debt paid. People are going to owe that money. And who ultimately has all that money? Well, nobody does. But what does that cause? It causes interest rates to go up, which are already happening in Europe. Interest rates on bonds are record highs right now. And that reverberates throughout the global economy. So it makes it harder for us to take care of the people who need to be taken care of in this country. And not that we don't have the money, but we don't have the moral compass to do the right thing with our country first. We want to take care of everybody else first. And then have a president that'll say, we're lazy. Or, we need to retrain ourselves. Well, that's true. I mean, while I'm not a fan of the Occupy movement, they do have some legitimate beefs, which is primarily the destruction of the middle class. And while we have these super corporations, big oil, FDA, big pharma, drug companies, automakers, and different things in this country that seem to want to rape the coffers and make sure that everybody gets their bonuses at the CEO level. We're the ones that are supposed to be the fault of all this, according to big government. And I don't mind telling you, for me, government's just too damn big. Need to get back to the old school way of doing things. 99% of everything Reagan ever did and said about government was correct. While he was not perfect, he did the best of any president that I've ever historically done any research on. And I challenge anybody to be able to do any better. And the basic candidates that we have running right now is ridiculous. If you could take all of them and smash them into one, we'd have a half-decent candidate. But during the national security debates last week, I actually found Michelle Bachmann scored more points, because I was keeping tally, regardless of who they were, what was said. If I liked what was said, I put a tick mark down by their name, and Michelle Bachmann came out on top by a couple points. Next to Kane, with Romney and Newt hanging in close and tight. But Newt wouldn't be bad, but I got a real problem with the monetary integration policy. If you've broken the law, there's a price to be paid. Bottom line, you know that when you come in. Alright, we're going to head on down the hill here and we'll pick it up in a bit. Okay, so for whatever reason, Doug's having a really hard time trying to figure out why we're walking up and down hills. They're making it really super difficult for me because they're taking 3 steps and stopping, 3 steps and stopping. And I'm trying to walk downhill and I want to go. I'm walking uphill, same thing, keep going, don't stop. Don't look back at me, I'm right behind you, just keep pulling. So it looks like we're going to have to do this more often. You're stopping again, why? Do not make me embarrass you on camera. Let's go. I don't get it. They're like kids sometimes. Some days they just have bad days. One more downhill, a little bit of an uphill, and I think the hardest part of this will be done. God, I hope. Downhill actually hurts me more than uphill because my knees are shot. You're stopping again, why? Get going! So, yeah, downhill hurts my knees a lot more than uphill does. I got the strength and stamina to get uphill, but it's a different group of muscles and everything when you're walking downhill. And you're trying not to do things, and it's using a different group of muscles. Hamstrings will be nice and tight tomorrow. So, back to politics. We talked yesterday about Christmas and how to save money and how to keep it on the low key and do things that are meaningful. And so now we're talking about our global political geo-economic situation and what we can look forward to. I don't think anything's getting better. I think we're seeing a little bit of seasonal hiring right now for the holidays. Nothing big, it's all minimum wage stuff. And I think that as soon as we get past January everything's going to really tighten up for a couple reasons. Is the money will have dried up for employment. Number two, we're going to see tax season right around the corner. So there you go. That's what we'll end up with. And the year of 2012 is sure to be interesting for a countless number of reasons. It might be Armageddon, but I don't think it's going to be the way the Aztecs planned it. So now I'm on a busy street, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do with these dogs because they're not cooperating very well. Oh, here we go. Now we got it. Okay, anyway, moving right along. So, yeah, I would say if you're not working now, you're probably in trouble. That would include me. I'm not working. I'm going to school full time. But I've only got so many months of school left, and I'm going to lose that benefit, and that benefit's my income. So, that's just the way that is. Alright, well this isn't working out very well. I'm going to turn this off for now. We'll pick it up later.